Yeah, right, everyone. It's Aster Phoenix, and we're surfing USA with Destiny Heroes. Actually, it's the Mermail Master, and welcome to another video from the Team Time Riders YouTube channel. And today we're doing another casual deck profile. Today's deck that we're going to be profiling is none other than Destiny Heroes. Now, Destiny Heroes have been making big waves due to the new support that was announced, with a lot of people purchasing up Destiny draws, Maliciouses, Diamond Dudes, and other often run Destiny heroes. But today's deck is, as I mentioned, a casual deck profile, so I'm going to be showing you a deck profile featuring some Destiny heroes that you've probably never seen before, or ones that you thought would never be played. My casual deck series pretty much focuses on decks that are very, not seen so much in the current point in meta, and are sort of focused on players who are maybe first-time players or who haven't really played Yu-Gi-Oh in a long time. So without further ado, let me get into the deck profile, and I'll explain to you some of the cards that I play, and I guess why that I play them. So let's get this started. So the first card in the deck that I'm running in this Destiny Hero deck is going to be 3 copies of Destiny Hero Dread Servant. Now, if you haven't seen Dread Servant before, he's in here for a very specific reason, and that is that when he's normal summon, you can add 1 Dread counter to your Destiny clock, otherwise known as your Clock Tower Prison. And the reason we want Clock Tower Prison is for a very, very specific card in the deck. So 3 Dread Servant, and make sure you see it as often as possible. 3 of the ultimate hero, Captain Tenacious. Captain Tenacious is a powerful monster, because when a monster you control is destroyed by battle while he's on the field, you can special summon that monster during the next standby phase. So super, super cool. And if you back him up with some of the awesome Destiny Hero spells and traps in this deck, he can stay on the field and be a constant source of revival for all of your monsters. Next, we have 2 copies of Destiny Hero Blade Master. And Blade Master is kind of like, a Forbidden Lance, but a hand trap. When your opponent would attack into a Destiny Hero monster, specifically one in defense position, that monster gains 800, that monster gains 800 attack. So your opponent tries to attack into one of your high-powered Destiny Hero monsters, you just drop this guy from your hand, and your opponent's monster's destroyed, and they got no recourse out of that. Next is 2 copies of Destiny Hero Defender. Despite the draw effect, you can usually get this off without having to resort to the draw effect. But Destiny Hero Defender is a super awesome card for just putting a little bit of pressure on your opponent, because no one is going to expect a 2700 wall, and you can usually tribute it or get rid of it before its negative effect to make your opponent draw during their standby phase again takes effect. 2 copies of Destiny Hero Dunker, none other than the Michael Jordan of the deck. You just get to dunk 1 Destiny Hero from your hand to the graveyard, and your opponent's going to take 500 points of damage directly at their life points. And the best part about this dude is he's not once per turn. The funnest kind of play that you can make is convincing young duelists and people who are just starting out in the game that some, seemingly asinine effects like this are actually powerful. So once I discarded 3 Destiny Heroes from my hand, which technically speaking is like a -3, and then a -4 if you count summoning Dunker to the field. Discarded 3 and inflicted 1500 points of damage. And he was just so dumbfounded. He was like, oh my god, this card needs to be banned. So, little funny interactions like that can also bring a smile to my face. Now, getting to the reason that we run Clock Tower Prison and those Destiny Hero Dread Servants is none other than their master himself. 2 copies of Destiny Hero Dread Master. Now, Dread Master is a very interesting Destiny hero that most people don't really know exists. Or very few people, because in any other deck besides a casual, fun, just completely bereft of any kind of competitive viability Destiny Hero deck, you never run this card. At best, he's a trade-in target, but in this Destiny Hero deck, if you combine him together with Clock Tower Prison, he can only be special summoned by using Clock Tower Prison. You combine him together with that card, special summon him by when your Clock Tower Prison is destroyed with 4 Destiny counters. And then during that turn, your Destiny Hero monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and you get to special summon 2 Destiny Hero monsters from your graveyard. In addition, Destiny Hero Dreadmaster gains attack power to equal to all of the combined attacks of your Destiny Hero monsters you control. So basically, getting a bunch of counters on Clock Tower Prison, and then releasing Clock Tower Prison to release the Master of Dread within. So I've actually won duels using Dreadmaster, which is a very, very funny experience because some people have to pick up the card and be like, what the heck is he playing? So that's always a fun thing. Next is 2 copies of Cosmic Compass. What better do British heroes, which is what the Destiny heroes are based on, like than a nice clock? And Cosmic Compass is perfect because there's several cards in this deck that require multiple monsters on the field. When Compass is normal summon, you can special summon tokens up to the number of monsters your opponent controls, which is usually at least 1 monster. If you already have a Destiny Hero monster on the field, you summon Cosmic Compass. It spawns a bunch of tokens, and then you tribute Cosmic Compass, the token that you summon, and 1 other monster to special summon either Destiny Hero Plasma, Destiny Hero Dogma, or 1 surprise card which I'm running in the deck. So really, really good card, and fits with the theme both in picture and in look as well. 1 copy of Destiny Hero Doomlord. This is the guy who made Banishing what it is today. Banishes until 2 turns later, which is mostly enough time for you to be able to finish the game. Super, super good. 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dasher. In here for his ability to boost himself up, and then also you can show a monster to your opponent with Dasher's effect and special summon that monster directly to your field instead of adding it to your hand. So another very good effect, and I think one that will actually be used with the new Destiny Heroes. Then we got a copy of Destiny Hero Departed. I don't even know why this guy was made, but he's just like a fun kind of thing. You know, you put a 1,000 beater on your opponent's side of the field, and then you just crash over that thing, so you don't have to attack directly. But I mean, there's really little else to justify running him. I put him in here because I had him, and he kind of has a very cool look to him. So just a cool hero in general. And I once attacked for game with Destiny Hero Departed, which was beyond an awesome feeling, just for the heck of it. 1 copy of Aster's favorite monster is Destiny Hero Double Dude. This guy can't be special summoned, but when he's destroyed by battle, you get to special summon 2 Double Dude tokens during your next standby phase. Super, super cool card, and one that you gotta watch out for, because these dudes are coming at you, and they're coming at you strong. And speaking of strong monsters in the deck, we got 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dogma. Dogma is one of the strongest monsters in this entire deck because of his special ability. Basically, you use Cosmic Compass and some other Destiny heroes to get a bunch of monsters on the field you can use to tribute for him. So then you tribute 3 monsters, including 1 Destiny hero for Dogma. And during the next standby phase, whether Dogma is around on the field or not, your opponent's life points are automatically halved. Destiny Hero Dogma is also packing a 3,400 attack power, which means that he's pretty much going to be, running over whatever your opponent is going to be having. He gets over everything now. 1 copy of Destiny Hero Plasma. Plasma doesn't need tributes, so if you have a Cosmic Compass in hand and have multiple tokens, you can just literally summon Cosmic Compass, special summon some tokens, and then tribute all the tokens for Plasma. Plasma sucks up a monster that your opponent controls and gains half of its attack power, and you just pretty much win from there. Then we got 1 Destiny Hero Disc Commander. This guy's actually banned in the current meta, but if you're running fun casual duels, he's a fun thing to put in here. The deck I think we're currently running right now has around 44 cards in it, so if you're planning to run a wholly advanced duel, you can take Disc Commander out. But this deck is not strong enough to really take good use of Disc Commander, so I think having it here at 1 would give the deck some necessary strength that it needs to push forward. And then the last monster we have is that surprise tech I was talking about, and that's 1 copy of Arcana Force EX, the Light Ruler. This is a guy who, like Plasma and Dogma, can be special summoned by tributing 3 monsters, and when it's special summoned, you toss a coin. If you toss the coin correctly, you basically at the on heads, when this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can add one card from your graveyard to your hand, which is a really, really cool effect. And he's got 4,000 attack and defense anyway. And then the second effect is that if it goes on tails, when a spell, trap, or monster effect would activate that targets this card, you can negate that effect, and then this card loses 1,000 attack. So unlike other Arcana Force monsters, no matter whether you roll a heads or a tails, you're still getting the plus side of this dude's effects. So super, super cool. Not to mention, like Cosmic Compass, it sort of fits on the theme because Aster was, for a while, a servant of Sartorius in the Society of Light. And who else runs Arcana Forces but Sartorius himself? So a very, very cool card to run. So that's it for the monsters. And getting on to the spells. So we're starting this out with 2 Destiny draws. To be honest with you, the only reason I'm running 2 Destiny draws is because I do not have one more. And when I get one more, trust me, it's coming in the deck. But 2 Destiny draws is what we got for now. It is a casual deck, so like when I get the Destiny draw, I'll put it in here. But you know, it is what it is for now. Then we got 2 Dark City. This is the Jaden version of Skyscraper, or the Aster version of Skyscraper for Destiny Hero monsters. They gain 1,000 attack when they're attacking. Very, very cool card. Easily lets you get your small attack monsters over some bigger attack stuff, but doesn't have quite the attack power of the elemental heroes. 2 copies of Deformation. When a Destiny Hero monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, send that monster to the graveyard and then add a D counter to it. And then when you normal summon a Destiny Hero monster, when this card has 2 D counters, you can send it to the graveyard to add 2 monsters from your deck to your hand with the same name as that monster you just normal summoned. So really good for getting like dread monsters for your hand, and for loading up your hand for like a D draw play, or for one of the cards that I'm going to show you soon. The card that I would like to show you next is 1 copy of Final Destiny. Now, this card is kind of in here in the same vein as Konami including Future Samurai in that 6 Samurai structure deck. It only shares one part of the name. They included it because it was a samurai, quote unquote. And this card is included because it's a Destiny card. And what better way to make a hammy-ass Destiny Hero deck than to include Final Destiny? Discard 5 cards from your hand to destroy all cards on the field. So that's a cost effect, so no Dark World effects on that. But you combo that with Deformation, you summon a thing, and you can load up your hand pretty fast, and then destroy all cards on the field, all cards your opponent controls. And yeah, it's just funny. You can just basically say, this is what you get when you play with Destiny. And what better card to destroy on that nature than 1 copy of the Clock Tower Prison. Now, I discussed this a little bit earlier in the video, so better to listen up again as I discuss this now. Clock Tower Prison is one of those like lengthy activation cards. During each of your opponent's standby phase, add 1 clock counter to this card, and when there's 4 clock counters on this card, you take no battle damage whatsoever, whether from direct attacks or from attacks on your Destiny Hero monsters, which is super, super cool. And if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon 1 Destiny Hero Dreadmaster from your deck, and you know what happens when that happens. So one play that I've actually used to win not 1 but 2 duels, believe it or not. These were pretty lengthy duels against like a mostly beginner player. As I mentioned, these decks are great for going up against beginners because of the general match and power level between something like this versus like a beginner deck. Did Final Destiny, discarded 5 cards from my hand, destroyed all cards on the field, including that Clock Tower Prison, and then I special summon 1 copy of Destiny Hero Dreadmaster from my deck, and special summon a bunch of Destiny Heroes from my graveyard, and proceeded to attack for game from there. And it was a very, very hammy play, and one that got actually a lot of respect, not only from my opponent, but from like other people who were watching that duel, so it was pretty cool. We got 1 copy of D Spirit. When you control no monster, you can special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your hand. You get that to get some like requisite tributes and stuff on the field, so you can tribute off for your bigger monsters. Cool card like that. So that's it for the spells. Now moving on to the trap cards. I'd like to keep this video a little bit shorter, so hopefully wrapping up on this soon. First trap card we got right now is 3 copies of D Shield. Now, D Shield's a pretty cool trap card because when your opponent attacks a Destiny Hero monster, you switch that monster to defense mode, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. D Shield's great for protecting monsters, particularly like Doomlord and Captain Tenacious, who have repeatable effects that can basically keep special summoning monsters or banishing monsters your opponent controls. And if your opponent doesn't have a way to rid them from the field by card effect, D Shield's just going to keep them protected and keep them beating down on your opponent. I think that was the original idea behind Destiny Heroes, was using these like D Shields in order to protect your monsters and keep special summoning more heroes and stuff from your graveyard. But it ended up, I guess, just becoming a glorified draw engine with malicious and whatnot. So, you know, even the best played plans of mice and men so often go awry. 3 copies of D Fortune. Really, really good card for protecting you from direct attacks, banish a Destiny Hero monster, and end the battle phase. You'll notice a common theme with all of the Destiny Hero traps is that they really cover your bases, whether it's by battle, card effect, or direct attacks. They really cover a lot of bases. Not a lot of people run them, but hey, you know, got to give the pink card some love in this meta. 2 copies of Destiny Hero Mirage. As I mentioned, this protects by card effects. When a Destiny Hero you control is destroyed by card effects, basically you can activate Destiny Mirage to special summon all Destiny Hero monsters destroyed by any method this turn. 2 copies of D Signal. This is exactly like Hero Signal, except special summons a level 4 lower Destiny Hero monster. You get the Captain Tenacious from that, and you know, keep pushing on your plays from there. Very, very good card to just keep putting monsters on the board that your opponent has to deal with. And the final card is a British hero card, Cloak and Dagger. The Japanese version had it as a sniper targeting an army guy, but this one is like sort of a more British kind of way of looking at it with the you know, the British sleet night lamps and a little bit of fog there, and a man in a top hat. So kind of cool card that fits with the theme as well. You'll notice like any other cards that don't really have Destiny Hero in their name, you know, fit in with like some of the anime ideals somewhat, which I guess like goes to push the archetype to this way. So yeah, that was my Destiny Hero deck profile. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. And this has been the Mermail Master, signing out.